let off some steam.
Welcome to episode 16 of Let Off Some Steam. Now, I know I've been a bit lacking in videos recently, however, I made a new video. There, done, boom, changed. Originally, I was going to make a video on the 2015 game White Knight, published by Activision and developed by Awesome Studios. It's a classic style survival horror game, much like the old Alone in the Dark. Jesus Christ, that fucking kebab, man. It's not like modern horror games where you can stand your ground and shoot monsters in the face. No, your only options in this game are A, run, B, hide, and C, die. And let me tell you, I am no good at horror games. At all. In fact, I'm like a big, bipedal, hairless, monstrously deformed scaredy cat. This is pretty much what happened for about 50 times in the playthrough. Can I get past, please? I want to go down the corridor. I want to go to the rest of the house. Please, can you just move out the way, please? I don't want to go. No, can I just, please, move? Can you please move? I just want to go. So instead of playing White Knight and shitting my entire wardrobe of pants, I will come back to it in the future, when I'm not such a massive child. So what game is it going to be this time then, Huell? I hear you ask. Well, I tell you with intense eye contact. This episode will be different. The game will be different. This episode, we analyse the mind. We explore the psyche and rifle through mental breakdowns. So without another Freudian slip, today we shall play
The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker.
Oh, also, I'm changing the style. Don't like it? Fuck you. So what is The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker? Well, it's a bit of a callback to old-fashioned FMV games. The entire game is based around a murder mystery. You, a new psychiatrist, in this office, in this building, have taken over from Dr. Dekker, another psychiatrist who is currently no good at psychiatry because he's dead. Your task is to take care of Dekker's patients, and also find out who killed him, all at the same time. Which isn't easy. Gotta tell you, this game has really crushed my dreams of becoming a psychiatrist. Right, let's play this. Starts off with a little video showing how crazy everyone is, even a little girl.
My dad is trying to hurt me.
Yeesh.
Doctor, you're late.
Bitch, this is my office! So here we are. Your assistant tells you that you have Dr. Dekker's patients and your job is to help them with their problems and also find the killer. So, let's meet the suspects. So, first up, we have Nathan. Hello, Nathan.
I didn't see the driver. It was my fault. I pulled out and the lorry just rammed me. Well, Hannah. She was sat next to me. I was in shock, obviously. And when I came to, she was so close to me. It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural. Bits of metal pushing through her.
Well, that was upsetting. Next is Claire. Hello, Claire.
I stabbed him with a steak knife.
Excuse me a second. Please. Continue. Next is Bryce. Hello, Bryce.
At midnight each day, time as you know it freezes. In my world, it just slows down to almost a stop. But I don't. I'm free to wander around and do as I please.
Okay, I'm going to write you for many prescriptions. You need all of them. Next up is Ellie. Hello, Ellie.
I'm Elin.
No. It's Ellen.
I'm Elin.
Ellen.
I'm Elin.
Ellen.
I'm Elin.
It's Ellen, you that tit.
I'm 25 and I'm a nurse.
Huh. She actually seems rather normal.
I've seen lots of people die and it's a special moment. There's literally nothing else like it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Have we got any more? Oh, okay, one more. Mariana. Hello, Mariana.
Dr. Dekker could really get inside you. It was, unsettling. But you let the police keep picking me up for public nudity.
So, those were my patients. I see I have a lot of work to do. To make quite a nice little mixed bag of mental illnesses there. For example, depression, grief, there's ions, oh, paranoia. There are other characters, of course, two of them I forgot to talk to. Like I said, my psychiatry career didn't last long. There was also Lacey, she was a nutter. Professor Warwick, a prick. Glyn, Jasmine, and Scarlet. Those characters were optional to speak to, and they didn't offer anything important to the investigation, but the answers they do give you brings up quite a few interesting things about the late Dr. Dekker. So after being introduced to all your patients, it is time to move on to the questions. I do have a little gripe with this mechanic, and a lot of other games have the same kind of problem, and I feel bad going after such a big issue immediately. Alright, so most people are wired differently. We make different connections and sometimes structure our sentences in various abstract ways. We connect ideas together differently. For example, say you think about paper. Paper can lead you to think of ink, then to pens and pencils and so on and so on. But you say a person like me would think paper, ink, squid, sushi, food. Or tank, shell, egg, food. Or trousers, legs. Chicken legs. Food. I have a problem. So seeing as this issue of using words differently exists, oftentimes during my playthrough I found it extremely difficult figuring out what keyword would trigger a video. Some of the time I had to type in full sentences, and seeing as my first language isn't English, my sentence structure was never perfect. It was lucky they included a hint option, otherwise it would have taken me way longer to finish the game. Moving on. So let's really start interrogating, I mean helping our patients. We'll start by breaking down what is wrong with everyone. Let's start with Claire. First off, she stabbed her husband with a steak knife after an alleged altercation and is somehow convinced that she has brought him back to life. What do my notes say? Oh, yeah, absolutely nuts. Next is Bryce, who says he has an extra hour at midnight where he can walk and screw with people and take pictures of ladies stripped down unwillingly. Goodness Christ, Bryce. Get a hobby, like make model tanks or something like me. Well, that's what I'd probably do in my extra hour. Hell, I'd probably have a sandwich too. I'll even get back into painting. Maybe even sort my life out. Nah. Nathan, who is suffering from grief after his girlfriend died and has transformed into Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, where he lives the same day over and over again. Do I smell a Brazilian? Because he's nuts. Ba-dum-ba-ba-wam-ba-ba. Mariana, who blacks out at the beach and seems to want to fuck anything short of erect, so here is some pecan pie because she's nuts. And finally, Ellen's problems. She works as a nurse and takes care of old people until they die, and she's convinced she can morph into other people to give the elderly a little comfort. You know what this is? It's a Subway white chocolate and macadamia nut cookie, and it's a little like Ellen. It's a bit nutty. Get it? Well, I thought it was fucking funny. So, carrying on, I asked the patients important questions involving Dekker's death. Things come up in the conversation, and I'm pressed to ask about certain keywords, and as it progresses, you go deeper and deeper into these nutcases' psyches. Weirdest part is, things happen in the game. Strange things. I get included in one of Nathan's loop days, Ellie almost face morphs in front of me, and Nathan can suddenly summon a spirit of a little kid. Now, at this point, I got confused. I got really immersed in the game and started to believe their characters, and I forgot that I was trying to help them solve their problems and not get sucked into the same infectious madness that Dr. Dekker created. See what I did there? I also had this really weird dream moment with Jaya. Now, was it real or fake? Even towards the end of the game, I could never figure it out. An interesting mechanic the game has is, the more questions you ask that don't pertain to the investigation at hand, the more insanity points you gather. Luckily on my playthrough, I didn't go too mad, and my doctor had to take a month off to get a nut detox. A lot of little plot details came up as well that weren't resolved or further explained, whether it was part of the patient's delusions or this was really happening with the late Dr. Dekker, such as an apparent romance with Mariana or the kidnapping of a little girl. I mean, none of it was further proceeded, though. These plot holes were pretty big. Heck your mama. I, of course, investigate further. More strange stories. Bryce turns out to be a bit of a pervert about his neighbour. Nathan is just wallowing in self-pity. I mean, come on, dude. Eventually it goes from sad to just annoying. Ellen has some serious beef with her colleague and needs to calm the fuck down. Mariana believes in Cthulhu and is feeding him men for some reason. Why is everything in this series coming back to Cthulhu? A handy little factor in this game is that it gives you clues like letters and video footage of past sessions to assist you in your investigation, like referral letters, police reports. Everything aids rather nicely and gives gradual information over the different days that you have sessions. At this point, I'm getting close to the end of the game. It has multiple endings, so each playthrough can be different depending on what you say yes or no to, or which keywords you think are important. Now, I won't spoil my playthrough, but luckily I got the murder on my first try and I didn't go batshit insane. To summarise, this game was pretty sweet. The atmosphere and theme was nice and creepy with the music adding to the effect. It's just a shame that it didn't have much choices for music. All the other music were very limited and it was the same track repeated over and over again, and it was very unsettling. But I thought it was unnecessarily creepy, I'm just saying. The actors did a very good job. One thing that bothered me was Mariana's accent. The woman who played her was English, and honestly, I could tell. Other than that, their performances were very convincing. I only had small issues, really. The game always told me to follow up on certain questions, and nothing the characters said were very obvious about what I was supposed to ask. I got through most of them quite freely, but some of them had little snags that just forced me to use the hints a few too many times. Some of the sentences that it suggested to me, some of the questions, I would not have thought of unless the game told me to type it in. So, you know, those kind of issues popped up quite often, and it annoyed the hell out of me. Other than that, I really enjoyed this game. Will I play it again? Yeah, totally. It'll be fun to see how the game can surprise me in the future, and has made me excited to play more FMV games that anyone else makes. And from what I can tell, the developers are still updating it to this day, so new things are added all the time, and fixes like certain spellings or general keywords, and with that, hopefully my experience will change even more in the future. I'm going to recommend this game to you, absolutely. It is different, it is immersive, and challenges you in really interesting ways, and has me excited to play other FMV games like Her Story and Contradiction. I think I'll give it a bottle of antidepressants out of 7. Doesn't cost much, only about £7 on the Steam store, so give it a go. If it fucks you up in the head, then I think you went a little too far. Now, excuse me while I continue my research further.
Slink around without attracting too much attention.
Very interesting.
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club.
No, not
and
you.
he just follows me.
No.
Wherever I go.
No. No! No! Selfish. Arrogant. 60 years. 60 years. That's all it takes. I'm kind of winter. Men. Women. Children. Dogs even. They will perish! We will all die. That's our fate. Although if you couldn't tell, the next episode is Fallout 3. Thank you very much for watching episode 16. Now, I apologise for taking so much time in making this video. I've been rather busy as of late, and I've been ill as well, actually. I'll also be starting a college course in a few weeks from, well, recording this anyway. I don't know when it's going to be released. It's going to be in film and television media. I should have done the course ages ago, to be honest. I'm 22 now, for goodness sake, and I'm going back to education. What's wrong with me? So, I don't know how often I'll be making more episodes, but I'll still be working on them. However, my education will always be a priority. So, like I said, I'll still be making videos, but I do have a lot of other things going on in my life at the moment. However, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to Huell. We also have a Discord link in the description if you'd like to join. A lot of hard work goes into these videos, and, well, any help would be appreciated. Hopefully someday I might even start a Patreon. Other than that, farewell. I hope to see you in the next episode, and enjoy your day or night or whatever. Bye.